Hello, friends. This is Tony DeSan, space rocker of the planet Earth, back with another one. Happens to be a Sunday fun day, right? And it also happens to be Memorial Day weekend. So most of the people are not working tomorrow, and some of the people are getting home on Tuesday because they've been out all this weekend. They expected over 40 million people to take the roads this weekend despite of the nasty weather in most of the places. But back with the series that we have for this summer, Reality Hits, talking about things that you may or may not know about. And all together, we're going to learn something today. And the word for today is deviation. Deviation. Like I said before, most of the media try to keep us blind of the truth. We all know that. It's beyond the fake news. Beyond the fake news, okay? They're living a lie of deception. That's what they're doing most of the time. To keep you hypnotized of the truth. But deviation. This is something mainly that's done here in the United States. They deviate things for their own benefit. And of course, we got to go back to this conflict that we're having right now. And all of a sudden, the conflict's going to stop. It's been about a couple of months already of this major conflict that we've been having. And all of a sudden, they're going to negotiate. And it's going to stop. And things supposedly are going to start becoming a little more normal. But how can they do this? How can you do that? Have you ever thought about that? It's deviation. They deviate things to their own benefit. And if the benefit right now is that we having a major November 3rd election, and that we need to elect certain candidates between now and November 3rd, we can't be having a major conflict in the middle of that, right? So think about it. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to deviate everything and kind of shut it down for a minute. The minute might last a good 100 days, let's say. Because they might say, okay, we're going to pause this thing for about 40 days, let's say, just to give you a number. And then after the 40 days, we're going to go another 30 days or whatever. That's 70 days, right? They're going to need a little more than that. But in the case of what's going on, they said that this country cannot get a nuclear weapon. the strait has to be open. We're not sure if that's going to happen, but they're going to deviate everything and tell you that it's going to happen. Like they're going to force it to happen, at least in the eyes of the people. For what? So that we can get to the business at hand, which is primary elections from now all the way to November. And keep the majority so that we can stay in power. So the balance of power remains. And no matter what anybody does, they're going to deviate everything, pause everything. Nothing's going to matter. Just these primary elections, which we are fighting for the balance of power. Now, once that is over, it's all for grabs. Everything might start exploding again. It could happen. Because the deviation part will be over. Now, there's another thing that they're deviating in a way where they're keeping the people scared. And it's this business of the next pandemic. But that might be another video. Even though they are trying really hard. First with that hantavirus, I call it the rat virus. One that comes from rats, hantavirus. And they say time and time again that it's not really that big of a deal, but they made it big. Now they're talking about something else that happened before. Ebola. That's really dangerous. They show the people that were getting rid of the bodies and everything. They got to burn the bodies and in a certain way, because if you die from that virus, you're contagious even if you're dead. So it's gotta be like a very delicate process of cremation, where you're gonna have to have like an asbestos suit, like a major decontaminating suit to be able to process the dead bodies. Very scary. But they keep it front and center so that people stay scared. Are we going to have another pandemic? When is the next pandemic coming? We don't want another pandemic. But they are deviating it to the point where they keep everybody scared, thinking about it. It's just deviation. That's what it is. That's all it is. Deviation. And you have to see it for what it is. It's just another scare tactics that they use to keep you from doing what you need to do, which is take care of your family, take care of number one. And with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. All this summer, we're going to be talking about reality hits. I'm going to give you some pointers on what's happening in the real world right here in the United States of America. You may or may not know about, but you're going to find out. This is Tony Desan, space rocker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth. Today, with the message of deviation. Don't let them fool you. They deviate everything so that they can keep you blind to the truth. I'll see you on my next video.